What's up, people, and welcome to the very first episode of DaGamer's Greatest Opinion Weekly Roundup. I know it's a bit of a mouthful, but let me break it down for people since it is the first episode. So in this episode, I will be talking about all the game news that's come out for the week, or at least the gaming news that I found interesting. I mean, there's a lot of gaming stuff that gets released and announced every week, so I might have missed some things, but I'm just trying to speak on things that I find interesting. It's just my thoughts, just my opinions, like anybody else. I'm not saying that I'm the definite opinion on this, but, let's just get right into it. So first thing that was announced that caught my eye this week was Jump Force finally released a trailer for their next DLC character, which was Madara Uchiha. And if you've seen some of the leaks that came out a few months back, you know that Madara has been confirmed for some months now, and it's only a matter of when. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I feel like Jump Force was just a very mismanaged, mismarketed project that had a lot of potential. And I think that the release of Madara is more within the line of all that's still kind of going wrong. Now, I understand that this version of Madara, the Edo Tensei Madara, the zombie Madara, if you will, is easily the most interesting version of the character that we get within the series. However, even though he's the most interesting version of the character, it seems to me that it's a little silly that they would pick this version of Madara when we have Naruto with the Sage Powers, Sasuke with the Sage Powers, and literally every other Naruto character in the game is at their strongest, before the time skip in Naruto. So while Sage Madara might not be as cool, it still would have been a better choice because it just sticks in line, one, with all the characters that have been released so far, who are all in their strongest forms, and two, it's like it makes him unique from the Madara that we got in the last Jump game. The last Jump game we had, Madara was in the base roster, and he was still undead. And literally the only thing they're probably going to add to him is more Susanoo moves, which you can see from the trailer. He obviously has more Susanoo moves, but it's the same character that you now have to pay for. And yeah, that's just, again, one of the many things that is wrong with Jump Force. Continuing with the announcement of DLC fighters, NetherRealm Studios also released a gameplay trailer for the Terminator from Mortal Kombat 11. Now, I know this is my first episode, so I haven't really gotten a chance to speak my opinion like this in this format, but I gotta be honest, I feel like the Terminator is probably the most interesting DLC character they've released so far. Granted, I did feel like Shang Tsung had a lot of potential. Like, I thought it was an amazing idea to give him all of the fighters' moves that didn't make it into the game, such as Reptile and Smoke. But once you see how it kind of breaks down, it's kind of a missed opportunity because you can only really use one of those characters' traits per match, and like having him have the ability to use all three would have been a lot cooler in my opinion, but it's still a cool idea. Nightwolf, I mean, I've never been a huge fan of the character. I do feel like that's the best Nightwolf we've gotten in the franchise so far, but everything about him seems okay. Terminator, on the other hand, like, although he's a guest character, I feel like the attention to detail with the character, the respect to the character, the respect to the franchise is A1. He might not have the flashiest moveset in the game, based on what I've seen from the gameplay, but I think it's just true to the character. I think the whole, gimmick with the whole endoskeleton thing where you can just fight as a plain robot is really cool, and I just think it's a great guest character choice. I think that NetherRealm Studios usually has a pretty good history of picking really good guest characters, and I think that they did a great job with how they handled the Terminator. Also this week, continuing I guess just in the fighters reveals, we also got an official announcement trailer for My Hero Academia 1's Justice 2. Again, just seeing how this is the first episode, and this is the first time I can really put my opinions out like this, I gotta be honest, I'm not a huge fan of this game franchise. I think it has a lot of potential. I think that there are a lot of cool ideas that, if they were fleshed out properly, could turn into a really exciting gameplay and really cool, especially for people who are more casual players like me, to pick up and really want to get into. But I feel like they've dropped the ball in a lot of ways with the first My Hero game. And this second game, at least at the initial trailer, doesn't seem to differ too much from what I've seen from the first game. Granted, it is the announcement trailer, and there's probably a lot more surprises coming that we haven't seen yet. And I'm probably going to make a separate video of all the things I would like to see in this game to see it improve. But I gotta say, for an announcement trailer, it's just kind of like, we'll see. You know, hopefully it's good. And lastly, in terms of reveals, Marvel's Avengers at New York Comic Con, they revealed a new playable character for the Marvel's Avengers game that's coming out next May. The character they decided to showcase off at New York Comic Con was Kamala Khan, aka Miss Marvel. Now, I gotta be honest, I haven't really been into comics as much as I used to be when I was younger, but I still have an interest, and obviously, Marvel's superheroes are everywhere, right? And while I respect Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix's insistence on like delving from the MCU and not taking like the easy way out when it comes to handling these characters, I did find it a little underwhelming that they chose New York Comic Con as the panel to reveal Miss Marvel. I mean, from the initial trailer, like from the lack of gameplay we've really gotten so far of the game, I mean, it took months just to be able to see the full demo of what was shown off at E3 for Marvel's Avengers. I felt like New York Comic Con was the time to announce, like, play it safe a little bit and announce a character that you know people are like, yes, I can't wait to see how this character plays. Kamala Khan is a newer character. You know, she has been around for a few years, and obviously she's popular enough to warrant being put in the story of the game, but I don't think that was the platform or the time to announce her. You know, like, I'm sure, again, there's a reason for it, and I hope that in the grand scheme of things that the marketing of this game kind of picks up a little bit more. Like, I feel like it's been kind of all over the place so far, and I feel like the reveal of Kamala Khan at New York Comic Con kind of reflects that, in my opinion. But I'm hoping that, you know, with all the resources they have available to them, that, you know, towards the holidays, towards the beginning of 2020, we'll have a lot more reveals that get us hype, get us ready to play this game. So far, I feel like this has been a little bit underwhelming, and I don't know, I can't say that I was excited or looking forward to learn more about Miss Marvel and how she plays in the game. So, in total, those are the 4 video games I'm covering this week for this week's The Greatest Opinion. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to click the notification button if you're on YouTube. If you're on my IG, follow me. You know, all the links are pretty much the same. It's Antonius the Gamer. Thank you for tuning in.